welcome back to what I'm on today. Today we're going to be talking about Chanel. Let's talk about these price increases. I'm going to give you guys the prices of some of the new bags and then talk to you a little bit about my collection and if I would purchase the bags that I have at the current prices today. So stay tuned.
Thankful for this beat. Thankful for my dad, man, he kept me from the street. Man, I'm thankful when I eat. Thankful for my wife. Thankful for my freak. When they saw each other last week.
Hey y'all, welcome back to what I'm on today. My name is Chanel and I make videos about all things handbags, both luxury and contemporary, because you guys already know that I do not discriminate and I talk about whatever it is that I am on today. So I wanted to do this video. I know that this is like no surprise. Chanel increases their prices multiple times a year, and it has frustrated a lot of Chanel lovers as well as those who are interested in getting, you know, into the Chanel game, because they are really pricing out a lot of us regular folks. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the price increases that have happened, and then talk to you a little bit about my collection. And I'm just pretty much going to go over the bags that I have and what their current prices are and if I would purchase them again at the current prices. So let's get into it. I feel like I'm going to do this from the first Chanel bag that I ever purchased to the last Chanel bag that I've added to my collection. The first bag that I ever purchased was this Chanel Classic Flap in the Maxi size. This happens to be my husband's favorite of my Chanel bags. It was the first bag I ever purchased. I know that if you guys have followed me for a while, you know this story. I got this off of The Real. I paid $4,600, I believe, for this bag, which was a steal at the time, and it is still a steal. I think that the year from this bag was 2011, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the Chanel Maxi Flap in lambskin. If you guys know me, you know I love lambskin. I'll just show you quickly around the bag if you've never seen it before. This bag I got with basically everything except the dust bag. So it came with the original receipt, all the tags, the card, all that stuff. And the price for this bag with the new price increase, I believe, is $12,300. So, no, okay? I like this bag a lot, but I would say for $12,000, I would not, for me, purchase this bag. Now, I feel like you should take everything I say with a little bit of grain of salt, because it's different when you've already got the bag, right? I feel like if I was yearning and wanting the bag, it's kind of like you yearning and wanting a Birkin and being like, yeah, I'm going to pay $12K for a Birkin, right? So I feel like it's the same deal. But for me, I probably wouldn't pay that price. I think, you know, getting into the double digits and the tens of thousands of dollars is a lot. And I don't think I've cross that threshold yet with any of my bags, so I'm not sure that I would be prepared to do that. So I would probably say no, I would not purchase at the current price for my Chanel Maxi, although love the bag. The next bag I purchased, and this is the first bag that I ever purchased from a boutique. So all the other bags that you'll see in my collection outside of the Maxi are purchased from the boutique, and then of course the Maxi was purchased pre-loved. So this was my first in-store purchase, this little Chanel pearl bag. This thing is so cute. It has gotten a lot of wear, probably between this one and the white one that I'm going to show you have the most wear. I paid $4,400 or $4,600 for this particular bag. I have not, you know, obviously they don't have this bag anymore, but they have something that's a little kind of bit similar that I saw on the website, and that bag was retailing today for $6,100. I may purchase that again for that $6,000 price, and I'll tell you why. This is a very small bag, but I would say that it's so intricate and it's so unique with the Chanel pearls. And, you know, I love the chain and then the leather strap on here. And I think that the bag itself was just done so well that I think I could convince myself to pay $6,000 for this bag again. So this is a bag that I would say that I would repurchase again, probably at its price. And I've worn this bag a ton. This is in lambskin leather as well. And this was like my go out bag. I mean, I wasn't really going out like that, but this was like my out of the house bag. This was definitely like a bag that I would just throw on. It's a bag that I've taken on vacation and worn like every single day on the vacation. And she still is looking beautiful. So I feel like for that reason, I would definitely purchase this particular bag or something similar at the current prices. I believe that the next bag that I purchased was my Chanel mini. So this mini came out, I do not remember the collection, guys. And yeah, I don't have the receipt in this particular bag, but this is a regular Chanel classic mini flap. The other one that I showed you was more of a kind of, they call them fashion bags, where they're not part of like the classic collection. I don't know if this is part of the classic collection, but on the website they're calling this a classic mini flap, where the other one was just a seasonal bag. This one was $4,000. So this one came out when there was a gold one that came out that was just like this that I really wanted, but my essay didn't get that one in. She got this one in, so I took it. And this actually was great because it's casual, it's silver, it pretty much goes with like so much. And I wore this bag a lot. I gotta get back on my Chanel's. I haven't worn them as much as I did like when I first got them. So right now the Chanel flap, or the Chanel mini flap, from what I could see, was $4,900. Now that price might not be correct. I think it is, but that was for, when I went on the website, they didn't have a price for the actual leather ones. They had a price for like the tweed one. So that's the tweed price that I was able to find. So I assume that it's at least that price, maybe a little bit more. And I think that for $900, I probably would have still purchased this bag at the current price, because I got it for $4,000. I'm pretty sure I would have paid $900 more to get this little bag at the time. And I think for how much I've worn this over the several years that I've had it, I think it's definitely like worth it. I mean, you know, it being worth it is to the eye of the beholder, but for me, I probably would pay that current price, because it's not so much of a difference from the price that I paid for it. So the next bag I purchased was another kind of fashion bag. It was called the Sweet Classic, and this is the size large. It is made up very similar-ish to a classic flap, except it does not have that double. It has the single. This has definitely been one of my most worn Chanel bags in my collection. I paid $4,600 for this particular bag. And at the time when I was purchasing Chanel, like, I loved my essay. I always let her know, like, listen, okay, I'm not trying to go above, you know, this amount of dollars. Like, I think that like in that 4,000, like if it was going to creep over to $5,000, count me all the way out. So when she got this in, loved it. It gave, at the time I did not have a classic flap, so it gave me that vibe, much more, you know, much less expensive. I'm pretty sure I have a video on this if you want to check this out. So obviously they don't have this bag anymore. But I did see another, you know, large flat bag. Now this one happened to be in tweed, so I don't know obviously what the differences are when a leather bag comes out. So I'm only gonna, you know, try to do apples to apples as much as I can. So these are both considered large flat bags. Now that bag is $8,900. So at the time, that was like the price of like a classic flap, right? So again, I don't know if I would purchase this, you know, a flat bag Again, at the current prices, if the current price is $8,900 for a similar bag, because again, I have not gone to that threshold yet. I've not paid $8,900 before taxes for any of the bags that are in my collection, so I'm not sure. And again, I got this for $4,600, so paying over 100% for the bag. Again, not sure. I'm not sure I'm ready for that, guys. The next bag, and I could have these out of order, guys. I cannot remember if this was the first bag, like if this was this might have been the third Chanel bag that I purchased before the mini. I think this was the third before the mini, because I remember going into the Chanel store in Bethesda for the first time and seeing this bag, and I remember it being like, oh my gosh, I saw this like on the Chanel website, and I can't even believe that I've seen it, because I used to go to Tyson's, and I, still will go to Tyson's, but my essay is here in Bethesda. So, all right, I might have these totally out of order, but this was another bag that I purchased. This was the Chanel 19. I'm 100% sure I purchased this the next year in 2020. I love this bag. When I purchased this bag, like I said, I paid $4,000, I want to say $600 for this bag. And I really do want to add another Chanel 19 in the collection. I feel like this bag is just a perfect vibe all around. It's like kind of a perfect bag. Like, it's big enough. This is in the large size, so it's big enough to fit everything that I need. And it has the back pocket. I'm not necessarily a fan of having like that, compartments within my bag. Like, I'll create those compartments, so I don't mind putting everything in there, because I use all of my different pouches and things like that. So love, love, love this bag. So, all right, I went on a tangent, guys. So for a Chanel 19, I found one in a tweed, like, it's not tweed, but it's like fabric, and it's also ombre. That bag is now $6,800 for this large size. So again, we are talking about over a $2,000 increase since I purchased this bag, which I believe was in 2020. I believe I purchased this in 2020 for $4,600. So this is a quagmire, because I really do want a Chanel 19 in leather. It's on my kind of wish list. So maybe. I would say maybe. Maybe is the best that I can do for that. Because it is something that's kind of on my list. It's super expensive to me, especially given what I paid for this. And I remember at the time this was a little bit cheaper than the leather ones, because it was tweed, but at the time it wasn't like that much of a difference. It was like a difference of like $200 or $300. But at the time I was not into the leather. I didn't like that it got slouchy. Now, obviously, I don't mind that at all. So I would say this is on the maybe list. Maybe I would purchase this again at its current price. And this is the final bag that I added to my collection. I think I purchased this in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I was on my Chanel tear from like 2019 to 2021. So this is the Chanel Classic Flap, and this is in the size, jumbo, or on their website it's called the large size. And I paid $7,400 for this bag when I purchased it in 2021. And I'm being so like that because I'm like, I think I did purchase this in 2021. Maybe it was 2022. I'll put it down below. So $7,400. And, you know, with taxes, my gosh, guys, I remember this being so expensive. and just really having to talk things over with like myself and my husband and like all the things, when I found out that this was going to be coming out in my dream combination, which was gray with gold hardware. I had the opportunity to get this one or to get the, they had this one, I think the large came out here and the small came out here in the United States for this one. And then they also had the small Chanel 19. So my SA had both, and I said, well, let me see both of them. She didn't have any smalls because they were already waitlisted. I was waitlisted for the large, and I didn't want the small anyway. Like, I wasn't gonna pay classic flat prices for, you know, a mini. A small and a mini are very similar. So when I saw this one, this was breathtaking. I said, get that Chanel 19 out my face. I didn't say that. But I chose this one, loved this one. I have worn this obviously the least out of all the bags, and I don't know why. Like, this would be cute to go with my situation right now. I don't know. I think it's just the colorway is harder for me to style for some weird reason. The current price for the jumbo per the Chanel website is $11,700. So that is 4,000, not 100, 4,000 more dollars than I paid for this bag. Now, would I pay the price again? And I would probably say, so again, it's like I've never paid that much for a bag before. However, unlike the other bags that are part of my Chanel collection, this was my holy grail. This was like my dream Chanel bag is going to be gray. And ideally it's going to be light gray, and it's going to have gold hardware. And this is light gray with champagne gold hardware. If I change anything, I would want it to be in lambskin, because I personally prefer lambskin over what is this, caviar. But I like this caviar. This caviar is very small, very close together. Looks good to me. Don't mind it. Looks actually really good. So I would say, and this is going to be gross, but I'm going to say yes, I would probably save up and I would go ahead and purchase this, because it's the holy grail. And that's what you do when you have an item that you just love and you feel like you cannot live without. You save for that thing, and it doesn't matter the cost. It kind of does, but you know, you save for however long you need to save in order to be able to acquire the thing that you feel like is so important for you to have. So I would say, if I had to do it again, I would save for this bad boy, and I would get my $11,700, okay? And I would save, and I'd get this thing, and I'd wear it more than I wear it now. I wear it every single day with every outfit, and I sell all the other bags that I have. I won't do that, but I'd sell a lot, and I'd only wear this bag. The end. Okay, guys, that was actually really fun to do. But so those are my thoughts on kind of if I would purchase the bags at the current prices. And that was actually very interesting to go through for myself, you know, seeing as a lot of the things that are in my collection, you know, I got them at a time where, you know, I paid a premium at that time, right? Because before it was cheaper, and now it's so much more expensive. And if I could do that to all the bags in my collection, it would probably be like, oh my God, no, I would never buy this again at the price or whatever. So I'm actually really surprised to see the ones that I would actually purchase at the current prices, although they are so much more expensive than what I paid for them. Give me your thoughts below. I'm very interested in like what you think about this. And it might not specifically be to Chanel, but like, how do you feel about repurchasing something in your collection that now is a deal, right? Would you purchase it again at the current prices? And if so, I want to know like which bags those are. I can tell you, I don't know if you guys can see it, but my Bottega padded cassette bag that I talk about all the time, I paid, I want to say $1,900, either $1,600 or $1,900 for that bag. And that bag is like 4,000 and some change right now. I don't know, and that is one of the most worn luxury bags in my collection, hands down, and I do not know if I would repurchase that at that price for what it is. I just, y'all gotta help me out. It's gonna be a no for me, dog, actually. So anyways, do not forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next week. Yes, I'll see you guys very, very soon. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
Extra sandwich, yeah, we did the same too. She lifted up her leg, I seen a kangaroo.